It's such a privilege to have Katy Nichole spending some time with us this morning. It's Rob and Liz in the morning. Katy, you're in sunshine. You're in lovely Alabama, and we're so grateful you're joining us today.
I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you for having me.
Are you ready for Winter Jam?
I think I'm about as ready as I'll ever be. Like no amount of preparation could have prepared me for this.
Just some extra workouts maybe, so you're running around the stage and
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a big stage, so I definitely am gonna have to make my rounds.
What is it about you and sharks?
I don't know. I just love aquatic creatures.
Evidently, I mean, during Shark Week, it was like, let's have a cake. And
That
let's
is
make it
Baby
out of a
Shark.
shark.
I think this is something you need to sing at Winter Jam. You know, the baby shark doo doo doo.
So
Do
what's
it,
the
girl.
story behind the cake?
I don't know. I really like sharks, and I was like, let's make a shark cake for Shark Week. I don't know. It just kind of like
Wait a minute. You
I'm
made
on
this?
Pinterest. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Listen, that looks good.
It
Oh.
looks really good.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
I
like baking.
love. Oh, you're welcome. I love, Katy, that you're so involved in youth. And like you get involved in youth groups, and it's so cool.
That was a time in my life for sure.
I'm sure. What? So you like to put pies in faces, or is this your face that the whipped cream is all in?
That's my face, and that is shaving cream. And unfortunately, I ate some of that, and I got very sick the next day.
No.
Next time, whipped cream. Okay, next time.
Yeah.
I wasn't in charge of how these things were put together. So if I had been in charge, I think whipped cream. But also, I don't really think I would have loved to feel so sticky. But
Right.
yes, those were my youth group girls. Those girls are, I think, seniors in high school now, which is wild to me. I still keep in touch with a couple of them.
Oh, that's so good.
But yeah, that was like such a sweet time in my life, and those girls were just incredible. They were really great kids.
What was it like being a small group leader during that time in your life?
I mean, it was definitely like it was hard to stay consistent because I had just started kind of like spreading myself a little too thin at the church. So I started leading worship just like in main church, and I wanted to be a small group leader as well. But eventually I started to get too busy, and then I felt like I couldn't be everything I wanted to be for them. Which is why I don't do smaller group like leading right now, is because if I was to do that, it would just be so inconsistent for those kids, and they need somebody who can be kind of that rock in their life. And
Absolutely.
I think you should definitely do things with your whole heart, and if I couldn't put my whole heart into it, I couldn't do it.
I have a feeling you have a love-hate relationships with flying.
Flying?
Yeah.
Oh, man, these photos, you guys dig some stuff up. This was a long time ago, actually. I don't really like love or hate flying. I just am kind of like, I have to do it. Let's do it. Like,
And then she takes long naps on the planes, it seems like.
No, actually, I don't.
You don't?
I don't sleep very well on planes, honestly. I have a really big struggle with just like sleeping anywhere other than my bed. So if I look like a zombie on the road, that's why.
So what do you do to combat that when you're traveling and you're in hotels and this kind of thing? So what's the thing? Is it like warm milk or melatonin?
No, I mean, I just kind of like, I have to find some like ways to make it feel more like home. So if I'm in like a hotel room or something, I bring a pillow or something. And if I am on the bus, I have a like mattress pad because those beds are not very comfy. So
Katy Nichole spending some time with us today. She's going to be at Winter Jam. More about that coming up. But you are so open, Katy, I've noticed, about the journey that you went through with scoliosis.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to be an advocate for people who have struggled with the same things that I have, or even different things that are in maybe the similar, place. And I feel like I have an opportunity to share my story in a way that like maybe somebody else will feel like they're not alone in the world and feel like they heard something that could maybe relate to them. And for me, that was one of my biggest struggles when I first kind of like got into like the heat of the diagnosis. I didn't really feel like anybody understood. I felt like I was all by myself. I felt like no one really cared. I kind of felt like I was in a place of just like, it felt very lonely. It felt very scary, I think, to be in that place and just feel like you're all by yourself. And which is honestly why I reached so much for the Lord, is because I felt like I didn't have anybody. And so God was the thing that, kept me strong in that season of life and is still keeping me strong in every season of life. And so not only do I have this opportunity to advocate for my health and the struggles that I've had with my health, I also have a chance to advocate for the way that I know the Lord. And so my testimony is just such an important thing. And even though it's scary to tell, and I think for so many people, it's like they need the courage to kind of get onto a platform or even just tell it to one person. And so for me, I just have to constantly remind myself, like, this is not for me, like this is for the glory of God. And at the end of the day, it really could bring somebody closer to Jesus.
You went through the surgery. I mean, you've got the hardware to prove it.
Yes, I do. I had metal rods and screws placed in my back when I was 15, and they were not helping. They were hurting more than they were helping. And they did straighten out my spine, which is what they were supposed to do, but I was in so much pain every single day. I was contemplating ending my life because I felt like I had reached like a death sentence. And so for 3 years, I lived just going from doctor to doctor, trying to figure out why I was in pain, talking to everybody about like maybe alternative like methods, and did so much physical therapy and everything like that. And eventually my surgeon was just like, I am about to retire. I will take it out, but that's all I can do. And so it was an all or nothing sort of situation. And I felt as though like I might not make it to tomorrow. So if I am, believing that maybe my life is really just over, then I'll do anything at this point. And I don't really care what happens on the other side. And I think sometimes having faith means that you completely let go of anything you thought could happen. Like, and you're just like, whatever happens, it really is in God's hands. And it could be the worst thing that's ever happened in my entire life, and it's still, there is a purpose and a reason to it. Or it could be the best thing that's ever happened in my entire life. And thankfully, that's what happened for me on the other side of the second surgery. I had the second surgery when I was 18, and I came out of it. There were definitely some physical miracles that happened, but more than anything, my heart was changed. And it was such an evident thing to me that like the moment that I woke up, I just felt that joy had rushed through me in a way that I'd never experienced before. I mean, I missed a lot of like moments in my life from 15 to 18 years old. And prior to that, I was just the most happy-go-lucky kid. Like, no one was going to tell me what to do. Like, I was going to live my life, and I was going to live it the way that I wanted to. And so, like, that was completely crushed for me for 3 years. And 3 years both seems like a long time and a short amount of time, both in the same breath. And I felt so defeated that when I came out of this second surgery, I just knew. I was like, God is about to help me to be me again. And slowly I started to find my identity. But more than that, I started to learn how to praise Jesus. And, I think through a lot of my struggles, a lot of cursing was happening. I was just like, not like literal cursing, not cussing, but like just being angry. There was so much anger inside of me and so much resentment towards God that when I came out of the second surgery and I finally realized, oh, there is light at the end of this very dark tunnel. I was like, I don't have any other purpose in my life other than to praise Jesus for the fact that he would bring me out of this.
Whew.
Katy Nichole with us. She's a part of Winter Jam. We'll tell you more about that coming up in just a bit. But I'd like you to listen to this really closely, Katy.
Hey, Rob. Josh from the Actors here. And I heard that you have an incredibly special guest on your show today, the one and only Katy Nichole. We love Katy. She's such a good friend to our family, and she's the real deal. You guys are going to have so much fun today on the show. But some things that you may or may not know about Katy. She loves Lego. She loves building Lego. She has an obsession with SpongeBob. Loves SpongeBob. Loves like gummy candies, like Swedish Fish and Sour Patch Kids. She loves going to Disneyland. I mean, who wouldn't? But she especially loves going to Disneyland. And you might not know this about her, that she can speak just a little bit of the Dutch language. But she's about to go off on tour, on the Winter Jam tour. It's a lot of dates. I know it's grueling, but Katy, you're going to have a lot of fun. And just know that we are praying for you and believe that God's going to do some really cool things through that. I love Katy's new song, My God Can. And we wrote that song together along with our friends, Jordan Malowski and Ethan Hulse. And this song has been encouraging to me and reminding me that even when I face things that seem overwhelming in life, when I go through the hard stuff, that God is with me in it, that he's got this. And that gives so much peace and comfort in knowing the things that I can't do, my God can do them. So you guys have fun today. Love you lots. And I'll see you later. God bless.
Oh,
You
that's
made
so
some pretty
sweet.
good friends there, Katy.
Right?
Oh, yes. Josh and I have known each other since that time in my life when I was 18, when I had that second back surgery. So I met him a week before I had it. So it was
Wow.
kind of a definitely crazy, like, it was a God thing for sure.
So what's the Lego thing?
Oh, I love Legos. I have
What's
a
your
lot
favorite?
of Legos. I mean, I have some like Super Mario ones.
Oh.
I have lots of Disney ones. He was not wrong in that I have a lot of love for Disney. I actually just came back from Disney World. But yeah, I have a lot of Disney ones. Some like random like Star Wars ones. I have some like Christmas themed ones.
You need the Home Alone one.
Oh, I will one day.
You
One
gotta
day.
have it.
I
I
will
will. I
one
for
day.
sure will. Really.
What's this about speaking Dutch?
Oh.
Give us a little.
Oh gosh.
I have a feeling that's a pretend thing.
It's not.
It's not. Okay.
It's not.
That's awesome.
I Sinat Saposop is orange juice.
Oh, I was
Okay,
going
very
applesauce,
nice.
but okay.
That'll work in a hotel.
So sop is juice. Sinat Sapo is orange. So
So why and where and how did you learn?
well, I went to Holland, but
There you go.
and I know paraplu is umbrella.
I'm glad that's umbrella and not something else.
I'm a little scared to say some other things because I'm like positive I'll butcher it, and like somebody who's actually Dutch is gonna listen and they're gonna be like, "Oh God, she does not know what she's saying."
Totally get that. Katy, thank you so much for spending time with us. You are going to be so amazing when it comes to Winter Jam that's coming through on January 28th in Charlotte. Raleigh's going to be on February the 9th, and in Greenville, South Carolina on February the 23rd. And I cannot wait to see you up on the big stage at Winter Jam.
Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. I'm really excited. It's gonna be such a fantastic night filled with so much worship.